Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
This surprising information was revealed in Christine Brown's memoir Sister Wives. Although Sister Wives star Christine Brown has married David Woolley and moved on with her life, her recently published memoir has revealed some shocking details about the family she left behind. Throughout the run of Sister Wives, viewers have been shocked to learn about what happened in Kody Brown's plural family, especially when it came to his trio of original wives. Christine, who married into Kody's family in the mid-1990s after Mary Brown and Janelle Brown, became one of the trio of wives who would ultimately go on to leave Kody behind. Christine led the way when she divorced Kody in 2020. Her decision to leave the family caused a lot of changes in the family, leaving Robyn Brown and Kody on their own. While Christine took some time before leaving Kody to genuinely decide if it was the best move, she made it clear that she wasn't willing to budge on her principles. Christine left her marriage because she was unable to find the genuine love and affection she desired. Christine unveiled some real surprises about the Brown family in her most recent book. Theories regarding Sister Wives moments were supported by Christine's memoir. Sister Wife, a memoir of faith, family, and finding freedom, Christine's memoir, shares a lot of behind-the-scenes moments from the series. However, the most important thing that Sister Wives fans have noticed about the book are the shocking and emotional moments she discusses. From moments that Sister Wives viewers have long discussed, like Kody's "knife in the kidneys" comment, to things unseen on screen, Christine's memoir was revealing. Christine confirmed many of the theories that viewers of Sister Wives have had about the family for years, if not longer, by taking readers behind the scenes of some extremely difficult moments. It was especially heartbreaking to reveal that Kody's behavior toward the children, particularly the children he shares with Christine, Janelle, and Mary, has been significantly worse than viewers had anticipated. Christine's writing is shockingly respectful of show villains like Robyn. While Christine was upfront about the facts, she did her best to keep the emotions of the situation within the Brown family to a limit. Sharing about her lived experience, Christine was firm and direct about what happened while open and honest about her emotions. Explaining that her experiences with Robyn were consistently difficult, Christine remained respectful despite being honest about the behavior. Sister Wives Season 20 is coming soon, and as Christine moves ahead in her life after finally sharing her story, it's become clear that she wants to have the last word on the past she shared with the Brown family. Christine showing respect to Robyn allows her to remain the bigger person. Shocking Sister Wives viewers with candid truths, Christine's leaving no stone left unturned. Kody's verbal explosions and sharp remarks cannot be ignored as accelerants. His big mouth has been both the symbol and the substance of his undoing, because while other polygamous husbands might quietly manage disputes behind closed doors, Kody put everything on camera, mixing ego with television drama. And what audiences got was a front-row seat to the implosion of a family led by a man who never learned that silence can be more powerful than words. The latest iteration of this self-sabotage seems tied to the Kody past drama, ongoing feuds with Janelle and Mary, and perhaps even tensions with Robyn, who has often appeared exasperated by Kody's tendency to talk himself into corners he cannot escape, because while she benefits from his loyalty, she cannot protect him from his own mouth, and one suspects that she, too, has learned the hard way that Kody's attempts to explain often worsen the situation rather than improve it. And let's not forget his strained relationships with his adult children, particularly Garrison and Gabriel, where his big mouth comments about loyalty, obedience, and COVID-19 restrictions created ruptures so deep that reconciliation seemed impossible. In those moments, his sons saw not a father guiding with love but a man spitting accusations and ultimatums, prioritizing control over compassion. And Kody later admitted on camera that his words had gone too far, but as usual, the damage was irreversible, and when Garrison tragically passed away in 2024, fans couldn't help but revisit those earlier arguments and wonder whether Kody's harsh words haunted him with regret. This is the deeper tragedy of Kody's big mouth. Its consequences are not merely ratings fodder for a reality TV show, but echoes in the real lives of people who once trusted him as their husband and father. And so when he quips that his big mouth caused trouble again, it is more than an admission of minor embarrassment, it is an inadvertent confession that he has not yet learned, after all these years, to master the art of listening, of speaking with care, of choosing words that heal rather than destroy. The irony, of course, is that without his big mouth, Sister Wives may not have become the cultural phenomenon it did, because much of the show's drama has been fueled by Kody's unchecked monologues, his heated confrontations, and his tendency to say the quiet part out loud. But in the long run, what made the show compelling has also unraveled his family, and that contradiction is at the heart of Kody's current predicament. He is both the author of his fame and the architect of his downfall. All through the vehicle of words. Observers might ask whether Kody is truly self-aware when he makes these comments about his big mouth, or if it is just another performance, a way to appear candid while avoiding the deeper accountability of changing his behavior. After all, true transformation requires more than recognition, it requires discipline, humility, and the willingness to admit fault not just with words but with actions. Yet Kody has shown time and again that while he can name his flaws, he struggles to correct them. And thus the cycle repeats. He lashes out, he blames, he wounds, then he admits his big mouth got him in trouble, and then he repeats it all again, each time eroding another layer of trust from those around him. For Mary, those wounds manifested in a loveless, disconnected marriage where her husband's blunt confessions about his lack of attraction left her humiliated. For Janelle, they came in accusations that she was not loyal, as if her years of financial contributions and stability meant nothing. For Christine, his constant criticisms and dismissals pushed her toward the bold decision to leave and seek joy elsewhere with David Woolley. For Robin, though she remains by his side, the burden of being Kody's sole defender grows heavier with each controversy, and fans increasingly see her not just as his wife but as his shield, forced to absorb the backlash of his mouth while trying to keep her own family intact. Beyond the marriages, the children have been perhaps the greatest casualties of Kody's unfiltered words, because while disagreements between adults may be survivable, when children hear their father call them disloyal, selfish, or disrespectful, the wounds cut deeper, and in Kody's case, some of those wounds never healed, and so the story of his big mouth is ultimately the story of a man who valued speaking over listening, asserting over understanding, control over connection, and though he may joke or lament that his big mouth got him in trouble again, the truth is that his family is fractured not just by circumstance but by the cumulative effect of years of poorly chosen words. In this sense, his latest admission is not a trivial anecdote but a microcosm of the entire sister-wives saga, the rise and fall of a family bound together and torn apart by one man's voice, a voice that once promised unity but ultimately delivered division, and the haunting question now is whether Kody will ever learn to tame his tongue, or whether the phrase, "my big mouth got me in trouble again," will be the epitaph not only of his marriages but of his legacy as a father and patriarch whose words destroyed more than they built. Sister Wives Christine Brown's memoir revealed this surprising truth, and for longtime viewers who have followed her journey from the earliest days of TLC's hit reality show to her newfound independence as a wife to David Woolley, the honesty and unfiltered rawness of her words provide a perspective that shatters illusions and yet reaffirms why she became such a fan favorite in the first place. Because what Christine put on the page is more than a celebrity tell-all, it's a roadmap of survival, empowerment, heartbreak, and triumph within the uniquely complicated framework of polygamy and life under Kody Brown's controlling shadow. And as readers dove into the memoir, they weren't just reading about a woman's personal choices, they were uncovering the inner workings of a family that once prided itself on unity but slowly fell apart due to jealousy, favoritism, manipulation, and the unequal distribution of love, attention, and respect, with Christine bravely recounting the very moments that viewers thought they understood from the show but never had full context for, because the surprising truth she laid bare was not just about Kody, not just about her co-wives, and not even just about her own struggles. It was about how much of herself she sacrificed for decades, convinced that endurance and loyalty would one day translate into fulfillment, only to realize that she had been starving for emotional connection while being sold the narrative that suffering in silence made her a good wife, a good sister wife, and a good mother. And the moment she admitted this in her memoir, fans were both heartbroken and inspired, because Christine confirmed what many had suspected but never heard her say outright. She was profoundly lonely in her marriage, even as she smiled for the cameras and promoted the family as a success story. And while TLC footage often captured glimpses of her disappointment, Kody refusing to be present at Isabel's surgery, or the way he lavished disproportionate attention on Robin, The memoir allowed Christine to pull back the curtain and explain just how deeply those choices cut into her spirit, making her feel invisible and unworthy. And the surprising truth, the one that changed the way fans viewed her entire Sister Wives journey, was that Christine never truly believed Kody loved her in the way a husband should love a wife, because his actions consistently betrayed his words, and she clung for years to the idea that if she tried harder, smiled more, cooked better meals, stayed agreeable, and